It's now 17 minutes after the hour of 7 o'clock on this Wednesday morning. You're on the Now Morning Show. My name is Kimberly De Souza. Now, International Albinism Awareness Day was commemorated on Monday, June 13th. And here to talk about the work of the Albino Foundation of Trinidad and Tobago is President of the Foundation, Ms. Avalon Clarke. Ms. Clarke, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us on Now.
Good morning.
How are you this morning?
I'm fine.
Nice. Good to have you here with us.
Thank you.
So let's talk about the albinism first before we jump into the foundation, because I know one of the things that we wanted to highlight on Monday was awareness of albinism.
Yeah.
So what exactly is albinism?
Well, albinism is a condition, not a disease, where there's a lack of melanin in the hair, skin, and eyes.
And so people who, have the condition, are there inherent side effects, like side effects with the eyes or any other things?
Well, because there's a lack of melanin, there's issue with the eyes where vision is low, and UV rays from the sun goes directly in the eyes because there's no protection of melanin. And in terms of the skin, we are prone to sunburn easily. We can get skin cancers, lesions on the skin, so we must always wear sunscreen once we are going outdoors, wear long sleeve clothing, hats to protect our eyes, and sunglasses with UV protection.
Now, in terms of protection of the skin against those lesions or even skin cancers, is there anything additional we can do, or even with the eyes as well?
Well, that's about it. We can also wear UV clothing, which is sort of expensive, but we can do that as well, and wear sleeves, UV sleeves. We could wear that as well.
Do people usually do surgeries to correct whatever is wrong with the eyes?
Well, not really. There's nothing really that can be done. If you have nystagmus, which is a involuntary movement, the eye shake from left to right, up and down, there's a surgery that you can do, but in terms of fixing the actual eyesight, there's nothing that can be done.
Now, albinism and vitiligo, is there a difference between the two?
Yeah, well, albinism is dealing exactly with the lack of pigment, whilst vitiligo, you lose your pigment along the way. Certain parts of your body, you loses pigment along the way. So it can happen at any time in your life, whereas with albinism, you're born like that.
Okay. The Albino Foundation of Trinidad and Tobago, when was it started? I mean, why was it started?
Okay, because I realized there was a situation in society where persons are not aware of the condition of albinism. I decided that the best way to treat with the ignorance and the lack of understanding of the condition was to form a foundation where we could bring persons together with albinism while also sharing and spreading awareness about the condition generally. So in 2014, I would have started social media pages where I would have been sharing information and also linking with international groups. And in 2018, I would have registered the group as a non-profit organization.
And how many members you would say from 2014 to now
from 2014
in the organization?
To now, I would say we are very small, so I would say just around 10.
10 people at this point in time.
Mm-hmm.
And does the foundation do any particular activities, or do you do any awareness campaigns, anything like that?
Well, to be honest, what we do right now, we try to come together. We have meetings to try to brainstorm on things that we can do. But because we are so small, learning about the condition ourselves, sometimes we find it difficult to have awareness campaigns and things like that. So what I do, we use the social media pages to spread awareness and information that is available, that may be available worldwide about the condition. We use that, and yeah, that's what we're doing for now. But we're hoping to allow more persons to come in. We're hoping that a lot of more persons with albinism will come so that we can share information, learn more about each other, and spread awareness generally.
Now, I know some of the other associations would find a way to partner with the government to also assist in getting, more information to the public. Is the foundation thinking about anything like that as well?
Definitely. That is where we were pro before COVID. Our hope is to make connections with the Ministry of Education as well as Health, because we believe that the education system have records that we can use to generate information as to if there is a person with albinism in a particular school or schools, that we can get that information and use it. And in terms of the Ministry of Health, we hoping to generate information from the hospital in terms of how many persons were born in any particular year with albinism.
Now, do you think that people with albinism are usually disadvantaged in society?
Well, yes, because of the lack of understanding and the ignorance in society about the condition, we tend to get, sometimes, people don't know, so sometimes they look at you strangely. You may have issues in school, for sure, because when you're in a classroom, people believe that you're there, so the teacher believes that, okay, everyone here can see. But once you're put in front of a board, you have a lot of issues in seeing. So you always have to explain to teachers and anybody involved in the education sector that persons with albinism need extra attention and help.
So is it then that the ministry should put, guides or, assistive methods in classrooms, especially to help students with albinism?
Yes, definitely. I can't say for now, because I know a lot of changes have been made from my time to now, but definitely, and that's our hope, to form relationships with these bodies so that we too can assist and explain what should happen in the classrooms.
Well, tell us. So, for example, if we have a student in the classroom with albinism, what sort of assistance does that student need?
Okay, well, that student needs the information blown up. They need to sit as close as possible to the blackboard, and if possible, the teacher. But it depends on the need of, because each person with albinism have a different level of vision.
Right.
So that's the first thing to find out, the level of vision. And once you determine what's the vision, then you determine how can you assist. Is it through visual aids, blown up aids, putting them closer to sit, as I said, and just reading the work to them.
Now, Ms. Clarke, I know that the community is small, but have you heard any other instances where people may have been disadvantaged as adults? So, for example, they may not be able to get jobs or anything like that?
No, I can't say that. No, not for sure. But
Right.
what I can say is how they may be treated sometimes in the workplace. Sometimes when you go to the workplaces, they give you the job, you're hired. But then there's the issue of, why are they going down so close? Can you do the job? But it ends up where you have to learn and understand, just observe that person with albinism in the workplace. And then you realize that we're just like everyone else. It's just that we have to go close to see things. And once that is understood, then you'll realize that you have a very, very good and competent employee.
Now, I'm going to switch gears a bit on a bit of a touchy subject. I know that sometimes there may have been reports of bullying. Have you or any of the members within the foundation ever experienced any sort of bullying?
Definitely.
Can you share an example?
Of course. When I was in primary school was tough. Children, they call you names, they heckle you, they hit you, right? I remember one instance where they wrote up on my shirt, they call you names, they kind of segregate you from everybody else. But as time went by, it got easier because some of them understood that nothing is wrong with me, and they allowed me into their spaces to play and things like that. But the discrimination, I would say, or the lack of knowledge went all through school life, all through, just in different forms. For instance, you sit in a classroom and you can feel people looking at you. I'm speaking about on the adult level now.
Of course.
Yeah. So people will be looking at you in a type of way, or just you pick up the vibe, you feel it. That, what's wrong? Why are you looking like that? Why are you like that? You always get that. Always.
And so for people looking now, what do you want them to know about people with albinism?
I would like the people to know that we are more or less what was still normal. They don't even know what that is, but we are that. And we can do anything once given an opportunity. All we need is the opportunity. And we need people to just take their times and just try to learn. Try to learn, ask questions, but of course not in an insensitive way.
And of course, Ms. Clarke, anybody who wants to reach out to the foundation, by the way, the foundation is only open to members with albinism, but people, right, tell me.
Yeah, yes. So the pages, the Instagram and Facebook pages are open to everyone, because that's our hope, that information can be shared, right? So they can reach us, anyone at all can go to the Facebook pages. There's a page as well as a group. And anyone is free to join the group and gain knowledge and information about the condition.
Can you share the social media handles where they can go to join?
Sure. So on Instagram, we are at the Albino Foundation TT, Albino Foundation TT. And on Facebook, it's the Albino Foundation of Trinidad and Tobago.
And does the foundation accept donations as well? Like, could people reach out and donate if they see fit?
Yes, they can. But at the moment, we're in the process of setting up the whole bank account and stuff like that. Yeah.
Great. Ms. Clarke, I mean, I just want to thank you so much for, coming in and sharing with us. I know we would have commemorated the day on Monday, so we had to have you in sometime this week, of course, just to share information about what the foundation is doing. And of course, congratulations on all you've been doing thus far.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And that was Ms. Avalon Clarke, the president of the Albino Foundation of Trinidad and Tobago, just sharing about how people can know more about persons, living with albinism. We're going to take a quick break and be right back. We have so much more. Stay with us.